I've seen your kind on the news. You think you can just roll up in your fancy car, casing the joint, waiting for an opportunity to strike? Not in my neighborhood. You can take your drugs and your crime and get the hell off my street now. So, let me set the scene for you. It was supposed to be the start of one of those perfect summer mornings, you know? Sun just coming up, sky blazing that cloudless blue you only get for a handful of days a year, and me, buzzing with road trip energy, drinking the world's best cup of coffee and grinning like a kid as I backed my black sedan out of the driveway. I'd packed everything the night before: duffel bag, a cooler with enough food for a week, my best playlist already queued up, because this was going to be the trip. No hotels booked, no rules, just me and Leo heading north, chasing the coast, seeing what life would throw at us. I roll up outside Leo's place. He lives in one of those storybook suburbs, lawns so green they look fake, mailboxes straight out of a Norman Rockwell painting. Not a single car parked on the street overnight, because the HOA would lose their mind. I text him, I'm outside. And a minute later he comes barreling out the door, that big goofy smile plastered across his face, swinging his backpack around like he's ready for a hiking expedition, not just a week of beaches and junk food. We're barely out of the car before we're laughing about some dumb meme from last night. Already in that mode where you know the next few days are going to be legendary. But then, right as we're grabbing his bag, this voice cuts through the morning. Shrill, angry, loud enough to rattle windows. It's coming from the porch next door. And there she is. Picture the end boss of every HOA drama. Late 60s, bleach blonde helmet hair, bright pink velour tracksuit from a time when Paris Hilton was still on TV, giant sunglasses at 8 in the morning. She's pointing her finger at me like she's about to call in an airstrike. And she spits out, I've seen your kind on the news. You know that moment when your brain just shorts out? That was me. I'm standing on my best friend's driveway, have been for years, and suddenly I'm the villain in her own little made-for-TV special. Leo's face just drains. One second he's all sunshine. The next he looks like someone kicked his puppy. He tries to be polite. Ma'am, this is my friend. He's just picking me up, but she's not having it. Oh no, I know what I see. You two, pulling up slow, making a deal, right in broad daylight. Disgusting. You ever get so angry you want to laugh? Because the crazy part wasn't that she thought I was up to no good. It was how proud she was about saying it out loud. Like she expected applause. We both try reasoning with her, but it's like talking to drywall. She insists Leo doesn't live there. Claims he's squatting. Says my car, my clean, recently detailed car, by the way, is probably stolen. And her favorite line, which I'll never forget, that's what you people do. Steal things. If you think the story is about an unhinged neighbor, well, just buckle up. Because then she pulls out her phone, all sparkly rhinestones and long acrylic nails, and starts dialing 911 right there on the porch. Burglary in progress. They're aggressive. I think one has a weapon. She stares us down as she's doing it, lips curled in this little smirk. You ever see someone absolutely relish being the center of her own fake emergency? That's her. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. 2 black men, a nice neighborhood, cops on the way because someone made up a story about a weapon. If you don't know how quickly that can turn life or death, I envy you. Leo's voice drops. Don't move, don't reach for anything, just wait. We stand there, visible, hands away from pockets, every muscle tense while the world just keeps spinning. Birds chirping, sprinklers ticking, some guy walking his golden retriever like this is just another Tuesday. Then the sirens hit. Loud, insistent, multiplying. 2 patrol cars, lights blazing, block off the street. Doors slam, weapons drawn. Not some neighborly wellness check. This is felony stop procedure, every move drilled into them since the academy. Hands in the air, on the ground. We're cuffed, faces pressed into the driveway, the rough texture of concrete biting into my cheek as some 20-something officer pats me down. I'm a 35-year-old journalist. Leo's a damn civil rights attorney, and in that moment none of it matters. The humiliation, the fury, the pure disbelief, it all comes in waves. I look across the yard and there's Karen, arms crossed, watching us with this weird little smile, like she just hit the jackpot. Eventually, after checking our IDs and hearing our story, again, calmly, because if you raise your voice, you're resisting. The sergeant comes over, uncuffs us, offers us sorry about that. Your stories check out. But when Leo asks, so she just gets to walk away? The answer's as bureaucratic as it gets. It's difficult. Not impossible. Just difficult. That's how it goes. She gets a warning for wasting police time. We get our wrists bruised and our vacation blown to pieces. Leo's pacing, furious, and I'm just empty. But something in both of us snaps that day. We can't let it go. We shouldn't let it go. See, what Karen doesn't know, what makes this whole mess poetic, is Leo's not just any lawyer, and I'm not just any content strategist. He's top of his class, specializing in civil rights, and I'm an investigative reporter with a knack for digging skeletons out of closets. So, the road trip gets shelved. Our new destination? Justice. We start documenting everything. Every word she said, every threat, the way she kept calling us, those people. We pull property records, dig through public filings. Turns out, the house next door isn't even hers. It's owned by a trust, the Sunshine Seniors Living Trust. Leo starts combing through legal amendments, and I start scanning social media, finding post after post from Karen. Always a concerned citizen, always complaining about someone who doesn't belong, and always a person of color. But then it gets darker. The trust was set up by an elderly couple, Arthur and Mildred. 2 years ago, a doctor and notary declare them incapacitated and hand full control over to Karen, the caretaker. Only she's not a relative, not even a friend, just someone who wormed her way in, shut out their son, and built a wall of legal paperwork around herself. The deeper we dig, the uglier it gets. The doctor? License suspended for pill pushing. The notary? Under investigation. Karen herself? A trail of lawsuits and out-of-court settlements for financial abuse in 2 other states. She's a grifter, a predator, and she's turned that house into a fortress. We bring in Arthur and Mildred's son, Thomas. Found him through an old Facebook post. He's been stonewalled by Karen for years, shut out, told by police that it's a civil matter. Now, with a lawyer, a journalist, and a pile of evidence, he finally gets heard. The police launch a real investigation. Adult Protective Services steps in. A wellness check, this time with backup. They find Arthur and Mildred alive but heavily sedated, isolated, believing their own son was dead, told that by Karen. She's arrested, right there in front of the whole neighborhood. Handcuffed in her pink tracksuit, face ashen, no more smirks. That day, justice finally catches up. The headlines explode. The case turns viral, not because we wanted attention, but because it shines a light on everything broken about the system. The loopholes predators exploit, the danger of racist 911 calls, the loneliness of vulnerable seniors. Leo becomes a minor celebrity, quitting corporate law to start a nonprofit, fighting for victims of housing discrimination. Arthur and Mildred recover, slowly, and move into a facility near Thomas. Karen pleads guilty, gets the max. She'll never hurt anyone again. You'd think that'd be the end, right? But a year later, just as we're about to finally take that road trip for real, Mildred starts talking about a shiny box. Turns out, Karen left one last secret, a hidden safe deposit box. Inside, not money, but documents, photos, and a forged passport. Karen hadn't just stolen money. She was trying to steal Mildred's very identity. To erase her. To be her. We bring the evidence to the authorities, close the loop. For Mildred, it's the photo albums, her real face, that unlock her memories and help her heal. For us, the fight is finally over. Our reputation's restored, the villains behind bars, and a family reunited. So, here's the thing. I started this story thinking it was about 2 friends going on vacation, and it turned into a battle for justice, identity, and a neighborhood soul. Life throws curveballs. Sometimes you just have to swing back. But I want to know, if you were in our shoes, what would you have done? Where do you draw the line between minding your business and standing up for what's right? Drop your thoughts below, share your own stories. Justice isn't automatic. Sometimes, you've got to fight for it.